From spotlight to saving lives, Wang Yibo and Xiao Zhan'S heroic rescue mission stuns the nation. In a world where celebrities are often associated with red carpets, flashing cameras, and glamorous endorsements, it's rare to find stars who use their fame and influence to make a real, life-altering impact beyond the entertainment industry. But Wang Yibo and Xiao Zhan, two of China's most beloved actors and performers, have once again broken the mold, this time by stepping into a situation that was anything but scripted. In a dramatic and awe-inspiring rescue mission that has since gone viral across Chinese social media platforms, these two national icons proved that heroes don't always wear capes. Sometimes they wear motorcycle helmets and hiking boots. A call for help that changed everything. It all began on an early summer afternoon in Sichuan province, when torrential rain triggered a landslide near a small village in the mountains. Several families were trapped, and local emergency services were quickly overwhelmed due to the scale of destruction and difficult terrain. News of the disaster spread fast, and among those watching the situation unfold were none other than Wang Yibo and Xiao Zhan. Wang Yibo, an avid motorcyclist and professional racer, was in the province for a motocross training session, while Xiao Zhan had just wrapped up filming a new historical drama nearby. Upon hearing the desperate cries for help on local broadcasts and social media platforms, both men made independent decisions that would change the course of the day and possibly save lives. Speed meets strategy. The stars sprang into action. While the world knows Wang Yibo for his cool, composed performances and lightning-fast motorbike stunts, few expected him to put those skills to such dramatic use. Riding his dirt bike through treacherous, muddy trails that even rescue vehicles couldn't access, Yibo delivered first-aid kits, walkie-talkies, and supplies to stranded villagers. Eyewitnesses later recounted how he maneuvered through landslide-ravaged paths with precision and agility, often venturing into areas deemed too dangerous by professional responders. Simultaneously, Xiao Zhan, who is well known for his calm demeanor and hands-on approach to charity, rallied local volunteers and organized an impromptu coordination base from a nearby village school. With no hesitation, he entered affected zones on foot, helping to dig makeshift escape paths and guiding elderly villagers to safer ground. Photos soon emerged of Xiao, mud-covered and clearly exhausted, assisting a child across a flooded rice paddy, his face etched with determination. From fictional heroes to real-life legends. For fans of The Untamed, the 2019 fantasy series that catapulted both stars into international fame, the moment felt almost surreal. It was as if their on-screen personas, Lan Wangji and Wei Wuxian, had leapt off the screen, fusing with reality in a moment of extraordinary courage. But for Wang Yibo and Xiao Zhan, this wasn't a performance, it was a moral responsibility. In an emotional statement posted on Xiao Zhan's Weibo account the next day, he wrote, "I didn't think twice. These are our people, our mountains, our future. Fame means nothing if it doesn't help someone when it truly counts." Wang Yibo, equally modest, posted a simple but powerful message. Real heroes are the villagers, the rescue teams, and those who never give up. I was just doing what anyone should do. A nation inspired. The nation responded with an outpouring of admiration. Hashtags like #YiboXiaoRescue and #RealLifeHeroes began trending within hours. Donations to relief organizations in Sichuan surged, many of them citing the actor's bravery as inspiration. Fans created artwork, poetry, and videos celebrating the duo's actions, not for their celebrity status, but for their compassion and courage. Emergency response officials later confirmed that both Yibo and Xiao Zhan's contributions directly led to the successful evacuation of over 70 individuals from high-risk zones. A spokesperson for the Sichuan Rescue Corps said, "We welcome all hands in times of crisis. But to have two public figures not only help, but lead by example is something we rarely see." Their efforts made a significant difference. Beyond the headlines. Though both stars have since returned to their respective professional commitments, the impact of their actions continues to ripple. NGOs in China have started collaborations named in their honor, like the Untamed Relief Fund and Lanwei Emergency Youth Corps, to promote disaster preparedness and youth engagement in volunteer work. There's even talk of a documentary being developed that follows the behind-the-scenes of the Sichuan rescue mission, featuring exclusive footage, interviews, and unreleased videos from the ground. Final thoughts: a legacy bigger than fame. In a world too often obsessed with superficial fame, the actions of Wang Yibo and Xiao Zhan remind us of the true meaning of influence. Not measured by followers or ratings, but by the ability to act with integrity, bravery, and heart when it matters most. They may have started as actors, singers, and entertainers, but in the hearts of millions, Wang Yibo and Xiao Zhan are now so much more. They are symbols of unity, proof that kindness is a choice, and living examples that sometimes real life can be more heroic than fiction. As one Weibo user poignantly commented, "They once played heroes. Now they're heroes." Thank you, Yibo and Xiao Zhan, for showing us what courage looks like in the real world. The days after. Rebuilding with heart. In the weeks following the rescue mission, both Wang Yibo and Xiao Zhan continued to stay connected to the affected communities. Though they had returned to their regular schedules, neither star could simply walk away from the devastation they had witnessed. Quietly, without fanfare or media attention, they began organizing long-term relief efforts, including rebuilding damaged homes, restoring schools, and providing mental health support to traumatized survivors. Yibo partnered with several outdoor and emergency response companies to donate specialized equipment like solar generators, water filtration systems, and rescue drones to villages across the region. His focus was clear: this can't happen again without people being prepared. Meanwhile, Xiao Zhan worked with child welfare organizations to ensure that displaced children had safe housing and continued access to education. He personally sponsored the rebuilding of a local elementary school, which had been partially destroyed during the landslide. When the new building reopened, he visited quietly and spent a full day painting murals alongside local kids. One wall bears a striking image of a phoenix rising from the rubble, signed simply, Zhanji. A national conversation, rethinking the role of public figures. Their actions have triggered deeper conversations across China about the role of celebrities in social and humanitarian issues. Leading journalists, educators, and influencers have pointed to Yibo and Xiao Zhan as examples of purposeful stardom, a new model where influence is used not just to sell products, but to spark systemic change. On CCTV's flagship talk show Voices of Our Time, a special segment was dedicated to their involvement in the mission. Professor Liang Jun of Tsinghua University remarked, "We are witnessing a shift. These young men didn't just show bravery, they redefined what it means to lead in the public eye. They've humanized celebrity culture in a profound way." Fan communities across the globe have taken that message to heart. Inspired by the rescue mission, thousands of Wang Yibo and Xiao Zhan fan clubs joined forces to launch the Lanwei Hope Drive, a nationwide campaign raising funds and organizing volunteer teams for disaster-prone areas. As of this writing, the drive has amassed over 12 million yen and mobilized more than 15,000 volunteers in less than a month. Behind the scenes, a bond forged in fire. While both actors had already shared a close bond since The Untamed, those who know them best say this mission deepened their friendship in ways no drama or film ever could. They didn't plan it. They didn't even know the other was there at first, a mutual friend revealed in an exclusive interview. But once they met in the middle of it all, muddy, tired, and still pushing through, they just looked at each other and knew. This wasn't for the cameras. This was who they truly are. There are even rumors that the two are co-developing a new foundation focused on disaster readiness, youth leadership, and community resilience. Though neither actor has officially confirmed it, their teams have quietly filed trademark paperwork under the name Lanwei Foundation, a heartfelt nod to their untamed characters, Lan Wangji and Wei Wuxian, and their real-life journey from stars to saviors. A message that lingers. In a rare joint statement released a month after the event, Wang Yibo and Xiao Zhan said, "We were born into the spotlight, but it's what we do in the shadows that defines us. Thank you to every person who stood with us, every rescuer, every volunteer, every villager. We were not the heroes. You were. We were simply there to help." And yet, for millions, their humility only solidified their legendary status. Schools across China have begun teaching modules inspired by their story, while digital platforms replay the images of them wading through floodwaters or comforting injured villagers. One elderly survivor of the disaster said it best. "The storm destroyed my home, but those two young men brought the light back. I will never forget them. I will tell my grandchildren. I once saw real heroes, and they smiled at me." The legacy lives on. Wang Yibo and Xiao Zhan'S have since resumed their public lives, back on sets, stages, and magazine covers. But something fundamental has changed, not just in them, but in how the world sees them. They've shown that being a star isn't just about fame. It's about presence, action, heart. And when history looks back on that rainy week in Sichuan, it won't just remember the landslide, or the tragedy, or the destruction. It will remember two young men who could have stayed comfortable, but chose to climb into the storm. It will remember that sometimes the greatest stories don't need scripts. They just need courage.